You are God from beginning to the end. There's no place.
As we begin the journey of a new year, I want to share this fundamental truth with you. There are things that I'm sure you know before. For some of us, it will be a reminder. For some of us, it will be a revelation. But whichever way, I trust God that this will be a blessing to you. One of the things I've always, mentioned, I've always thought, and always believed is that if we're not serious with prayer, we're not serious with life. We all know it's important to pray, but unfortunately, many of us don't pray. If there's a place that we all have this challenge, is a place of maintaining a consistent prayer life, a vibrant prayer life. Several years ago, as a teenager, God said to me, He said, you can be extremely powerful if you maintain a vibrant and a consistent communion with me. And so over the years, from time to time, I'll always remind myself of that truth. That I'm going to create a life that is powerful. I must develop a consistent and a vibrant prayer life. There is a divine invitation to prayer. God Himself invited us to the place of prayer. One of the lessons I've always learned is that it's not even man himself that knew that he needed to pray. It was God's invitation to the place of prayer that gives us this understanding that we must pray. In Jeremiah chapter 33 verse 3, He said, call upon me and I will answer, and I will show you great and mighty things which thou knowest not. And so it is God Himself inviting us to the place of prayer. Luke 18:1, Jesus said that men ought always to pray and not to faint. And so that simply means there's a tendency to faint in the place of prayer. There's a tendency to get discouraged in the place of prayer. And so I'm going to take my time today to remind you again why this is so important. Why you need to develop a consistent prayer life. Why you need to, take your prayer life very serious. It is more easier to spend a whole 1 hour, 2 hours watching films, scrolling on your social media, going on TikTok. It's so easier. Why? Because the Bible says the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. The flesh doesn't want to pray at all. The flesh just wants to stay, just relaxing, just enjoying the day without a commitment to prayer. Now, let me say it again. If you're not serious with prayer, you're not serious with life. And so I'm going to give you 7 reasons why prayer is so important and why you need to take your prayer life serious. A major attack of the devil in our lives is an attack on our prayer life. Why? Because once you begin to get weary in the place of prayer, it's a major attack on your life, and you're opening the door to the devil to perpetuate his activities in your life. And so, number 1, prayer is an opportunity to express our dependence on God. Prayer is an opportunity to express our dependence on God. Prayerlessness is declaring your dependence from God. You are saying, I can do without God. You are saying that I can handle life by myself. I know how to do it. I know what to do. That's what you are saying if you're not praying. The Bible tells us, He said, don't lean on your own understanding. He says, in all your ways acknowledging. He said, trust God with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. And so once I stop praying, I'm more or less saying, I can handle life by myself. I know what to do. I know how to handle life. And so prayer is an opportunity to express your dependence on God. You are saying, God, without you, I can do nothing. Jesus said, without me, you can do nothing. Without me, you can do nothing. Number 2, prayer is a place of receiving help and strength over our lives. Man was created to always need help. David said, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills. Say, where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. And so in the place of prayer, we receive help over our lives. The help of man is limited. David said in Psalm 60 verse 11, it said, vain is the help of man. It said, give us help from trouble, because vain is the help of man. The help of man is limited. There's a limit to which the help of a man can carry you. The truth is this: if all you need in life depends on the help of a man, it simply means that where that man stops is where your life will stop. It means that what that man did not do will remain undone in your life. And so, the ultimate help that you need in life is the help that comes from God. And of course, the Bible says, by strength shall no man prevail. And so you need strength that comes from God. The Bible says, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. And so as your strength is renewed, he said, you will mount up with wings as eagles. He said, you will run and not be weary. You will walk and not faint. And so as you come to God in the place of prayer, your strength is renewed like that of the eagles to run the race of life and to ascend into that which God has ordained for you in life. Number 3, prayer is a divine means of taking spiritual authority over the forces of darkness and wickedness. We live in the world of wickedness. The Bible says the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. They are mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12 thereabout. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, taking authority over spiritual wickedness in high places. And so there are things you can't do in your energy. When David was going to face Goliath, he knew that the battle was not a battle of weapons. It was not a battle of arrows and spear. He said, you come against me with spear and with sword, but I come against you in the name of the Lord. And so in the place of prayer, we engage the name of the Lord to deal with spiritual wickedness, to take authority in the realm of the spirit. And that is why prayer is so important. Number 4, prayer is a place of receiving fresh release of grace over our lives for the journey of life. The more you receive grace, the farther you will go in life. Life is a journey of grace. Life is a journey of grace. And how much of the grace that you receive in life will determine how much you can accomplish and how far you can go in life. Hebrews chapter 4 verse 16. Say, let us come boldly to the throne of grace, that we might receive mercy and find grace to help in times of need. The journey of life will depend on the frequency of grace and the quality of grace that is available in your journey in life. Where you are today is a product of the grace you have received so far. And where you are going also will require higher levels of grace. The Bible says, and of his fullness have we all received, and grace for grace. And so you need grace for grace, higher levels of grace to go to higher heights in life. And so the place of prayer is a place where we receive fresh release of grace over our lives. Number 5, prayer creates in our hearts the sensitivity of the spirit to receive guidance and to take steps in life. The Bible says you shall be guided continually. He said, call upon me and I will show you. Call upon me and I will show you. So in the place of prayer is a place where we receive guidance as we take steps in life. One wrong step can wreck a destiny. So the place of prayer is a place where there's it creates in us, the sensitivity of the spirit, and you can connect to divine signal. The Bible says the spirit of man is the candle of the Lord. And so when you come to the place of prayer and your heart is involved in the place of prayer, it creates in you the sensitivity of the spirit to connect to divine signals and what God is saying concerning your life. Number 6, prayer gives us the opportunity to bring into reality the plans, the purpose, and divine counsels over our lives. The Bible says, thy will be done on the earth just as it is done in heaven. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. He said, I know the thoughts I think towards you. He said, thought of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Verse 12 says, then shall ye call upon me. It says, then shall you go and pray unto me, and I will answer you. And so in the place of prayer, we receive God's counsel, God's plans, God's purpose for our lives. We bring into reality that which God has ordained in eternity, that will be done on the earth, just as it is done in heaven. That is a privilege that prayer gives to us. Number 7, prayer provides for us an opportunity to experience inner transformation that can never take place by mere human effort. Bible says, as Jesus was praying, the countenance of his face was changed. And so in the place of prayer, God does not change only the situations. God also changes us for the situation. We all, with open face, beholding as in the glass the glory of the Lord, are changed into the same image from glory to glory. The greatest change that can take place in the life of a man is not the physical change, it's not the outward change, but the change that takes place in our recreated spirit. A change from within, a change in our dispositions, a change in our hearts. And when there's a change within, it will eventually produce a change on the outside. This is the privilege of prayer. This is what prayer provides. And this is why men ought always to pray and not to faint. Don't forget again that if you're not serious with prayer, you're not serious with life. Ephesians 3:16, it said that it was strengthened with might by spirit in the inner man. The place of prayer is a place of revelations. Elisha prayed for his servant. He said, God opened his eyes that he may see. And so the place of prayer is a place where God opens our eyes and our understanding to the things he's saying concerning our lives. My prayer for you today is that the Lord will strengthen you in the place of prayer. There will be a fresh fire on your altar. Bible says, Leviticus chapter 6 verse 12, it said, the prayer on the altar shall never go out. He said, the priest shall put in wood every morning. He said, the fire shall ever be burning in it. The fire then means the place of prayer. Your prayer altar, fire shall continually be burning on your altar. That's my prayer for you today as we begin this new year, that the fire on your altar will burn them all, and you will see testimony, you will see victory, you will see the hand of God in a new way. You walk into destiny. There will be guidance in your life in this new year. I love you, and I will see you in your destiny. God bless you.
You are God from beginning to the end. There's no place for argument.